Hey there guys, how's it going? And welcome to my first gold gun in my Black Ops 2 gold gun series. Now for those of you who don't know, I did this series in Modern Warfare 3 when I got gold camo with every single weapon. And the idea behind the series is that obviously I get gold camo with the weapon, and apart from seeing the sexy gold camo on some of the guns that you might not have seen with before, I like to try and do it with the rarer guns that people don't tend to use. So here I'm starting with the shotgun. I also give my tips because of the extensive playtime that I've had to do to actually get it gold. I give you tips on what I think are the best perks to use, the best attachments, and generally the best play style so that you can be most effective with these weapons if you want to give them a try. So we'll start off with the more difficult weapons, and then eventually we'll move on to the more common ones. But I think that you guys would like to see the weapons that most people aren't going to use first, so that you can try out something different. And I don't know, just maybe try out a gun that you would maybe look at and think, no, it's no good, but then I can give you these tips and help you to make the most of it. So anyway, the gun we're looking at today is the R-870 MCS Modular Combat Shotgun. Actually an American weapon, first designed in the 1950s, but here it is in 2025. Now it comes with 8 rounds as standard, or 12 with extended clip, but I tended to find you don't really need extended clip. I'll go into the attachments that I prefer to use a little bit later. Now it's actually the slowest shooting shotgun, but it's very effective at close range. So with this shotgun, as with most of them to be honest, you are going to want to be very, very close to the enemy when shooting them. If you keep getting outgunned by submachine guns at close range, people drop shotting, maybe your accuracy and your reactions aren't quite as good as theirs, then the shotgun isn't a bad option. Yes, you're going to lose out medium, long range battles, but I'm going to give you some tips to make sure that you run into those medium and long range battles as little as possible. Now, my recommended setup, my attachments I like to use are long barrel and the MMS. Now, the MMS seems a bit silly, but anyway, I'll talk about why it's so good. But the long barrel just gives you increased range. It doesn't seem to affect it that much, to be honest, but just knowing that I have a little bit extra range with a shotgun just makes me feel that much better when going into a gunfight. Now, the MMS scanner is if you don't know, it's new to Black Ops 2. It actually scans the area while you ADS, and if there's any stationary enemies, it picks up their heat signature and shows you them. It can be really useful for when actually going into a room, you're not sure if someone's there, and if they are there, you can throw your flashbang in and make sure that they're stunned already. And also, this gun has increased range when you aim down the sight. So I tended to find having this sight helped me aim a little bit better when I was aiming down the sight, because at first I was trying to hip fire it. But as you'll see in a second, we're going to show you a clip where it shows you the bullet spread or the pellet spread when you fire from the hip and then when you aim down sight. So aiming down sight will give you a little bit more accuracy with this weapon. However, obviously, if you aim down sight, that's taking fractions of a second away from when you're shooting. Like if they're really close, I would say don't aim down sight, but if they're more than, I mean, we're talking 5-10 yards away, you have to aim down sight to even have a chance. It focuses the pellets into a much smaller area, making you more effective, but then you do have to be more accurate as well. So in general, I like to aim down sight. Now, another decent attachment to use with this gun would be quick draw, and this allows you to aim down sight quicker after sprinting. So like I said, in some gunfights you're going to need to aim down sight, get that extra bit of range and have that little bit more focus with your pellets. So aiming down sight quicker after sprinting is going to be very useful. So I would maybe swap that out for the MMS. The MMS is a little bit random. I just like to use it personally. I actually think it looks pretty good, because even the sight here you can see is surrounded in gold, which I think is pretty cool. Now let's go on to the playstyle. I kind of already discussed it, but you're going to need to be in and around your enemies. You want to put yourself in situations where you're going to be as close to them as possible. So stay indoors if you can, stick to walls, stay behind cover, and just try and get yourself into positions where, you know, you're only going to be facing people that are really close to you. So here's the example of the bullet spread or the pellet spread when you shoot aim down sight and when you shoot from the hip. Now look how much more focused that is when you aim down the sight. If you're really close like this, it's not going to matter so much. So here that's what, 5 yards away, I'd say. It doesn't matter, but anything further away, and I'd say definitely don't try and hip fire. A lot of people say, oh, hip fire with shotguns, it's a really good idea, but with this one it's only a very good idea at close range. For example, that kind of range where I killed that guy there. Anyway, playstyle, get as close as you can. You want to be flanking the enemy, getting in and around them. If you see someone at medium range, you're screwed. Sometimes even if you see someone at short range, you can be a little bit screwed. You'll see in some of these clips, it takes 2-3 hits to get someone. Maybe it's my aim, maybe the connection's a little bit off, but it can be a little bit inconsistent, as the shotguns have always been in Call of Duty. So let's talk about the perks. Here on the right hand side you can see I've gone for 4 perks. So if you want this one, you're going to have to go for Perk Greed 3, which gives you 2 perks in your 3rd category. First of all, I've got lightweight, which helps you to move faster, pretty obvious. And all of these perks are just all about getting close to the enemy, because that's the only way you're going to be effective with this gun. So everything that is in this class is focused around getting close in and around the enemy, because otherwise you're just not going to be able to make the most of this weapon. You might do okay, but why not play to the gun strengths, use it effectively. This is the nice kill here. I don't know how I managed this one. Just nice little hip fire while climbing up that ladder. You see I knifed the ladder as I climbed up it. There's a tip that seems to work in this game. It worked in Modern Warfare 3 and it didn't seem to work after a while. When you climb up a ladder, if you knife it first, when you get to the top of the ladder, you can shoot faster. You can aim down sight faster, which can save your life, like it did to me there. So lightweight, pretty obvious. Fast hands is faster equipment usage, and I find this useful for when I use this class of a Semtex and a concussion. I haven't got it there on the side because I didn't feel it was really necessary. You could change those out for other things, but you want to be using a grenade, in my opinion, and a concussion, and you don't use them always to flash out the enemy, but sometimes it's really useful just to check if someone is in an area. I see sometimes people say when I'm playing, oh, why did you waste your concussion? Why did you waste your Semtex? I just throw them into rooms where I'm not sure if there is going to be someone there, and if it gets a hit marker, then I know there's someone there. You'll see a lot of professional players and good players using this for spacing. It's a way of finding out if someone is in an area without having a UAV up, and if you're not sure, it can sometimes make the difference between, you know, getting that kill and not. And also, if there is someone there, obviously they'll be disorientated, and you want people to be as disorientated as possible when running along with this shotgun. People are going to be out there with their Scorpions, you know, their MSMC, all those great guns, and you're running around with a shotgun, so you're going to need them to be disorientated as much as possible. So that one's dexterity. Next we've got extreme conditioning. Again, this is just all about positioning, getting you to where you need to be so that you can be as close to the enemy as possible. And the final perk choice is dexterity, which is going to allow you to aim down sight faster after sprinting. So if you pair this with quick draw especially, this could be really effective for getting that little bit of extra range when you need it sometimes. So a good option in my opinion. So that's it for this gold gun. If you'd like to leave a comment saying what gun you'd like to see next, I've actually decided on the next one, but the one after that, I'm still open to options. So leave a comment, tell me what gun you want to see gold and that you want tips on how to use and how to be most effective with it, and I'll do my best to get the gold camo with that and give you a video that will help you guys out. I'm here to give you guys tips. Anyway, if you haven't subscribed to me already, be sure to do that. Of course, likes and favourites, muchly appreciated. I put a lot of effort into making sure these videos are really good quality and things that you guys are going to be really interested in. If you're watching this on Machinima Respawn, go check out my channel. You can watch these 1 to 2 weeks earlier, as well as see loads of other content from me. I do all kinds of gaming videos as well as Call of Duty, but at the moment I'm doing Black Ops, gold guns, amongst other things. So I hope you enjoyed this video as always, guys, and I'll see you soon.